Hi Thistle fans, and welcome to another of our In Lockdown with interviews. And today it's a Thistle Weir Youth Academy special, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by one of the most popular players in recent years. It's Aiden Fitzpatrick. Aiden, how are you doing?
Yeah, all good, all good. Getting through. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very well. How's the lockdown experience? You've been back up the road for a wee bit.
Yeah, I've been home since the middle of March. That's been weird. It's been just getting used to not being able to go and do what you're usually doing. But we've been just getting through, just following the programme that I've been given and stuff like that. So it's not been as bad in that sense that I've been given stuff to do and like stuff like that. But obviously it's weird, like not just living your normal life. So
Absolutely.
Aye.
Well, you're looking well. We'll spend a bit of time today just going through your kind of journey as a footballer. I guess we want to talk about the academy in a minute. But before you joined the Thistle Academy, football at school age, when did you start kicking the ball, and what was your level of interest at that age?
I think everybody that plays football will have the same thing, like down the park with your dad or your granddad and stuff like that. So just kicking the ball from as early as you can, and obviously just playing with your boys' club or whatever at such a young age, and then just playing school football and stuff like that, just enjoying the game at such a young age. And obviously the older you get, stuff like that gets more like not important but like demanding and stuff like that. But obviously at that such a young age, you just enjoy kicking a ball with your pals or going down the park like that. So
you went too far away from Firhill. Were you in Partick, was it? Or?
Nah, my house right now, I'm staying just down the road in Highland Street in Partick, so it was good in that sense. Just 2 minutes from the Firhill complex.
So it was handy, but how did the move to into the academy come about?
Oh, it was really handy. It was just my P7 teacher. She took the school team, and her dad was high up in Thistle. It was her that said or the opposite way. One of them said to each other, blah blah, can he come in for a trial? So I went into one of the camps at the start of the season, and luckily that if it wasn't for my P7 teacher saying or recognising it or whatever, that I wouldn't have been at Thistle and I wouldn't be where I am now. So just thankful for that I was given that chance by Thistle to come in and trial at the summer camp. So that's where it all started.
What age would you have been then? Sorry.
I was 11,
11,
12 coming in, but it was weird when I first came in because my age group, Thistle didn't have like a team for that group. So I had to play the year older the first season I was there. So say I was 11, should have been playing under 11s. I was playing under 12s football for the first season I was there. And obviously from after that, I stayed at under 12s because that was my age group. And then from there, I've just worked my way up through every age group.
And so you clearly became ingrained in the Thistle Academy through the age groups. How, reflecting on it, how do you look back in that experience and how it helped mould you, I guess, as a young footballer?
Oh, it was massive for me because if it wasn't for the academy, I wouldn't be anywhere what I am now or where I am now. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity that they give, and it's not just me, they give every young player that opportunity to go and enjoy football and stuff like that. It's probably the best place that I can say. So obviously I've not been at any other club, but from what I've experienced, I didn't plan or I couldn't say that I'd rather have been at a different place because they gave me the best opportunity to go do what I do best. So I'm thankful for that.
Is there any point in that journey that you pinned down that you thought, I've got a real chance here? Or
I think it was just, obviously I said from such 11s to 12s to 13s, whatever, it's all about just enjoying the game, going doing what you do, whatever. But also the older you get, 15s, 16s, it starts going a wee bit more demanding, and you know what you need to do to go get to where you want to be. And from that, I think just the praise that you got of coaches, not just any individual coach. I think it was the coaches in general were great, with not just me but every player. So I think just the praise you got from every single person within the club helped you a lot.
And I guess it's you're playing with through the academy age groups, they're your teammates, but you're also competing because you're trying to be the one that can make the impression that you're ready to get into the first team.
Of course, no matter what age you are, you obviously want to be better than the rest of your teammates. So that's just going to help you throughout your journey. If you're better than the rest, you know yourself that you're playing at your best as you can. And throughout the academy, I was playing with a lot of the older boys. And that made it not easier, but better for me that was the standard that I need to get it, if you know what I mean. So it just made it part and parcel of my game that I need to be no better than my own age, that I need to be better than the people above. And just hopefully that was what worked and I was able to go and kick on.
And kick on you did. What do you remember about the first time you were told you were in the first team squad?
it was a pre-season game against Clyde. It was the first time I was involved. I think the gaffer said to Scotty Allison or Scotty Mack, whatever, that he's just going to give me a chance. And luckily that I came on that game and scored against Clyde. But even at that, like the first competitive game, it was against Stenhousemuir, I think, in the cup. But then I never got on. And also, thankfully, against Albion Rovers, I did get the chance and I'm impressed.
So a recurring theme when you were breaking through was anytime you got a chance or made your debut or full debut or as a sub, you scored.
That was one thing I liked with that. When I got given a chance in the few pre-season games, I didn't press, which obviously that's what you need to go and do. So, but some people do take a chance, some people don't. That's just part and parcel of the game. And thankfully, I was one of the people that did take a chance that I was given. Also, I'm thankful for like the trust that was put in me to go on and play. Like some I've started, some I've came on in the pre-season games. And obviously, to put me on in an actual cup game, that just shows the trust that the gaffer has in you, and that just shows you that there's no need to no feel confident and stuff like that.
I think you were the first Thistle player born in the 2000s to score for the first team, so a piece of history there. It's actually quite frightening to remember. You're still only 19, aren't you?
19.
19. So, but you obviously, a couple of seasons in the first team squad and the first team at Thistle, and what was your standout moments in those 2 seasons?
Obviously, scoring your debut was a massive thing. Like, proud moment for yourself and stuff like that. And obviously, the goal against Dundee United, how big a goal it was. That turned out this season, it's kept us up and stuff like that. Obviously, not just that goal in general, but see, we drew that or something like that. But obviously, the biggest was probably coming on against Celtic and making the impact I did. Like within the 3 minutes I came on, I was buzzing. Like how busy the stadium was and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I was buzzing with that.
And throughout that time, did you always have friends, family watching you?
From when I joined at under 11s, my mum and stuff like that had been there since the day one. So if it wasn't for my mum, like, I wouldn't be where I am now. Obviously, like friends watching you and stuff like that. Like you've got a good team behind you.
Yeah, and you built up a great relationship with the supporters. I guess that United winner was probably their best memory of you and running into the crowd and all that. But you still retain really good relations with the fans to this day.
Well, nothing like bad on them or whatever, but obviously you're still going to. Cause that's who's made me what I am today, Thistle. So I'm thankful for the fans that they're still backing me, like they're on Twitter and stuff like that. I still see they're looking to see how I'm doing down in Norwich and stuff like that, and I've still got everything towards them. Like I've not lost feelings or whatever for the club or for the fans and all that. I still love them the way I did when I was there. So that's something I'm thankful for, and I hope that stays for a good long time.
I'm sure it will. Speaking of Norwich, you earned your move. What was going through your mind when I know there was a bit of interest over a period of time from different clubs, but talk us through how you came to move to Norwich.
It started in a tournament in Iceland when I was like 17. And obviously, you want to impress against all the teams in the tournament. And just like we went and beat Sunderland, we beat Burnley in the tournament, and that's how we beat Norwich in the final. And obviously, you want to impress against all the English teams and stuff like that. But thankfully, that was one of the best games I've had. I've only scored a hat-trick with people 3-2 in the final. And I think from that day that they were interested. But like, from Thistle's point of view, I think it was just a wee bit back and forward. They didn't want to go, I didn't want to go and stuff like that. But towards the end of it, it was quite cool and I wanted to go and stuff like that. So I did drag on a wee bit, but that happened. So I was buzzing to finally get it done.
And tell us how it's been so far. How's the experience on and off the pitch?
No, it's been good. It's been different. Obviously, moving away from home, it's not a thing that you plan on doing at 18. Moving into a completely different city, from Glasgow to Norwich, it's so different. Like how quiet Norwich is, like stuff like that, and compared to Glasgow, I don't know what Glasgow's like, but it was different. Like moving away from your mum and stuff like that, and just going to live in a house, just you and your pal. It's just like when you're on holiday for a couple of days that you're living with your pals or whatever, but this is your actual life now that you've just moved into your own house. So it's still scary, quite to think. Because I started saying the other day, like, it's a year from now that I signed and moved away, but that just shows you how quick time flies. That you probably don't think I've been there a year. I've been staying myself and stuff like that. Just your everyday life. Like you need to learn how to wash, do dishes, cook and stuff like that. So no, it helps a lot moving forward in your general life.
So but I mean, we've not even talked about developing on the pitch, but clearly off the pitch, it just helps you grow up at still a young age.
No, obviously, like the standard of training wise and stuff like that, you've got the best facilities to go and do what you do. So that does help a lot. Like you triple sessions and stuff like that. And obviously, because you're down there, like you've got nothing else to do, like that stuff you focus on, like going to the gym, doing extras after, before training, stuff like that. So that does help a lot. Knowing that you can't just go out and play with your pals at night or something. That you're just going home to sit in the living room, sit on the couch or something. So that does help that you can stay in later, go in earlier and stuff like that. But no, I do feel a lot different, like training wise down there, like the gym wise, it's more demanding and stuff like that, which just helped me a lot.
Yeah. And prior to lockdown, you were pleased with how things were progressing?
Oh yeah, it was really good. That was probably, I had a wee shaky start when I first went down, but obviously the more you grow into it, like that's different. That's just normal when you're moving into a new team, like you might have a wee shaky start or something like that. But as it went on, I felt that was like the best I've been playing in a Norwich shirt. And just unlucky that this has happened, but it's just life, so we need to move. And obviously keeping fit during this, like, I just want to go back in and impress during pre-season and hopefully kick on from there.
Absolutely. So yeah, ambitions for the season ahead is just to continue that upward trajectory of learning and game time.
To play well, impress my coach, the first team staff and stuff like that. But there's talks about going on loan, so if that is the case, I just want to go and do that and impress on loan. Hopefully the first team boss sees that and obviously gives me this chance in this first team. But you just need to take every day as it goes and just try your hardest every day in training and see where that takes you.
I guess that's quite a common route for young players in England at the top teams, is to go down and get some experience further down the leagues.
That's different in under 20 because there is a lot that have first team series, but also I've had a lot. I think I've had 30 games, so it's different in that sense. But also you need as much experience as you can, and that's what I don't want to play first team football. Obviously 23 is still a higher level or whatever, but you do want to play first team football no matter as early age as you can. So hopefully that is the plan, and you can just go and impress doing that.
I can hear your fan club in the background, I think, Kenny.
I know, because I've locked the door.
Couple of final questions just back in the Thistle front. Do you keep in touch with many of the boys?
Yeah, because obviously that's what I was, like under 18s and stuff like that. So and most of the boys stay like around from where I'm from, like Maryhill and stuff like that. So I've kept in touch, like playing pies and stuff like that every time I'm home. So in that sense, it is good that you're still keeping close touch with your good pals.
Good. And if I've just dropped this one on you, I know, but if we try to quickly go through the best Thistle 11 you played with when you during your couple of seasons, who would your goalkeeper be?
In goals, probably Jamie Snedden. Seen him in training, it's different class the way he goes about doing what he does. And just a nice lad in general. Good.
Hopefully that's a good omen for the season ahead. At the back, who were the most impressive defenders?
My two fullbacks would be James Penrice and Christie. I love playing with Christie, and it's like off the pitch as well. I was really good pals with him, so that helped you on the pitch playing in front of him and stuff like that. So I put the two at fullbacks. Centre half, I put Stephen Anderson. But even off the pitch, he was so demanding, which helped me a lot. On the pitch, you see what he done, so it's like you want him in your team.
Yeah.
And the same as Tam Ware, really good guy off the pitch, and also helped you. You can see what he does on the park, so it does really help you.
Brilliant, good choices. Middle of the park.
I got Craig Slater. Craig and you need Banzo on it. Banzo sitting. Yeah. Obviously, everybody knows what Banzo is, so you need him in your team. And Craig Slater in front. I like the way he goes about doing what he does.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else is centre mids. I put Squiddy in the 10 as well. Everybody knows what he does, like entertaining the fans and stuff like that. He comes up with a goal, so that is good. Have Dools up front.
Yeah.
So this is no question.
Yeah.
Who played wide? I think who played wide.
You can pick yourself if you want.
Put myself in. Put myself on the right in front of Christie. In left wing, I put Joe Cardo.
Joe.
Me and Joe worked really well with each other, so that was an easy choice in the left there.
Brilliant, good team. There's a nice amount of experience in there, and I guess that would have been helpful in your development. Like Stephen Anderson must have been more than double your age, but what?
No, it helped for the first minute you were in the changing room or whatever. That was also younger boys like you talk to, but the older boys they know more about because they've all been there, so they know what it's like a young boy coming up. So they were the first people to look after us. So Christie was the first person to take me, so that's how I ended up really close with him. He was the first person to look after me and stuff like that. So I'm thankful for all the boys are great. That helped me settle in and stuff like that. So that was really good. A really good bunch of boys.
Superb. I'm sure they'll be delighted to have made your 11. So, listen, thanks for taking time out to speak to us today. I'm sure all the Thistle fans wish you all the very best. They'll be keeping tabs on your progress. And next time you're in Glasgow, hopefully there's a Thistle game you can come along to and see some old faces again.
That'll be good, aye.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Aidan. Take care.
Cheers.